Hi, welcome to this book review brought to you by the Great War Group. Today we're going to look at From the Channel to the Ypres Salient, the Belgian sector, 1914-1918, this one here. It's the latest in publication from Pen and Sword in their Battleground series. And the author is Chris Baker. I think Chris probably needs very little introduction to those of us with an interest in the Great War. He's a former chairman of the Western Front Association. He created the Great War Forum, and he still runs and adds content to the go-to website for those of us researching with an interest in that Great War, the Long Trail. The book itself, it covers the area down from Newport on the Channel coast, down to Steenstraate on the edge of the Ypres Salient. There's a little map on the back to show you that detail. And it's a superb primer to anyone interested in investigating this area. And it's an area which is really rightly regarded as a forgotten front, really, I think, especially for the British tourist who tends to stay within the Ypres Salient area. The book itself, pretty substantial, 250 pages, but it follows the familiar pattern of battleground books. So the first section deals with the history of the conflict in the area, and there's a particular focus on the first 12 months as the Belgian army and its allies fought to maintain a toehold on a small part of Belgian Flanders before the book then moves on to cover the remaining years of the war. There's a constant theme throughout, and that's the effect that the inundations, that is the deliberate flooding of large tracts of land, had on the way the two sides approached both significant attacks and the daily life of trench warfare. And as you read through it, becomes quite clear that without the decision to open the sluices in Newport, the course of the war, not just here in Belgium, could have been very different. All the armies that fought in the sector are covered here, meaning the important contributions of both British and French units are not ignored, and neither are the German formations. There's some detail given here on their actions and their planning and their approach to the whole conflict in the area. And the part played by the local civilian population is also not forgotten. Interestingly enough, the author has also topped and tailed the first half of the book with an overview of the Belgian army, particularly the state of military preparations leading up to 1914. And he also looks at the political differences, if you like, between the Walloon and the Flemish populations. And that really adds to the narrative. And he expands on that and takes that on beyond the war to look at commemoration and some issues that have developed there. The second half of the book is the tours. There's 5 in all. These are extremely detailed, expanding on the information from those opening sections, and of course you can refer back to that as you're on your tour. It's a book you can take with you. I did particularly like the constant references of where to park and where not to park. Speaking as one who's fallen foul of a particularly keen Belgian police officer on more than one occasion, do not park on a cycle path at all. The book, detailed maps throughout, really helpful. A map is vital. And the comprehensive index is just superb. I love the way it's sectioned out so that you can look at units, people, places, actions, and so on. Very, very good. Overall, this is a superb book. It is the indispensable guide to the area, and it comes highly recommended from me.